Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me while looking at the daily market movers for Magic. And I'm probably going to try to do this along with any spoiler videos that come along or any news in the back. Just because the market does move faster than just weekly, it'll get me into a pattern. And also, depending on what I feel like, I can add something to the back of this and it still feels like there's something in here for at least entertainment or value. Please hit the like button. I have not asked anyone to do that in a while, but I think it's good motivation for me anyways. Anyway, okay, let's get right to it. So, first card. I have not seen this card in a long time, but I remember it being pretty good when it was out, but it obviously stagnated at about $1. Collective Defiance, 1 colorless, 2 red for a sorcery with Escalate 1. Choose one or more. Target player discards all cards in his or her hand and then draws that many cards. Collective Defiance deals 4 damage to target creature or deals 3 damage to target opponent. Yeah, and it's a sorcery. You know, it does cost a decent amount to get as much as you can out of this, but it's not a bad card in the right deck, and it's sitting at 88 cents, but it is spiking, at least by the looks of it, up to $3. Next, Library of Alexander. These cards are really hard to keep tabs on. What can I grab? So it had a massive drop down and it's bounced back up from a low of 2,500. This feels like manipulation. That drop is weird. I can't imagine a card that stagnated at $7,500 and then dropped down to $2,500 to jump straight back up to $5,000. Anyways, it is a reserve list card. There's no is that printing of this? There's an oversized printing of this. That's $349. Not going to even be able to fit it. Just proxy it. Moat from Legends. Once again, this card is actually got some value. It has been steadily moving up, at least as far as the low value goes. The average has been dropping down over pretty much Feb 2021, which is interesting because I think I started the channel just a couple of days before that, or a couple of weeks before that. Weird times. But now it's sitting at about $2,000 and it's aggressively just spiking from 1,500 to 2,500. So we'll have to see what happens with these cards. Maybe it's Rudy buying them all up again. New Capenna, no. Golos is back. Golos is back, but he's still banned. Unless, did I miss some news or something? I'm pretty sure he was banned. And yeah, okay, there's new lands that he can play around with and win with, but he's banned. So, you know, there's Commander is not going to pick him up. Modern Vintage Legacy. Okay, there you go. There is more potential now for him in some of the older sets, just because of the fact that he probably isn't banned in those. But five colorless is probably not that bad for what he does. He does. What does he do that's so impressive? I mean, search your library for a land card. You obviously pick one of those 4 lands that makes you win the game if you have all 9 gates or whatever. Forgot exactly what the... I don't even think it was that straightforward. So I'm not too sure exactly what this card is looking for right now as a whole, but it's still picking up speed, and it's been picking it up aggressively from the 28th of March. Okay, I actually did see the Command Zone episode. So Decar Fractal Theorist, 4 colorless, 1 blue for 3/3, but has Magecraft and makes tokens whenever it enters the battlefield. To the casting cost, to the casting cost of the spell that you just cast. This guy is perfect. Pretty much if all your spells are 2 mana, then you put him in the deck that says sacrifice a 2 power creature and copy that spell. And yeah, like I can't imagine anything going wrong with that, especially if you get that. That's pretty much like a engine onto itself. So starting from 98 cents, now moving up to $2, I actually expect this card to move more depending on how many is out there. Or if you want to pick it up for 63 cents and you have a use for it, this might not be a bad long-term pickup. Magecraft is going to be very scary in the future. Smuggler's Fair, nope. Fallen Shinobi. Spirit Mirror from Tempest, not on the reserve list, no other printing, but is it actually a good card? It's an enchantment for 2 colorless, 2 white. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are no reflection tokens on the battlefield, put a 2/2 white reflection creature token onto the battlefield. Pay 0, destroy target reflection. So every upkeep, your upkeep, you make a 2/2 reflection token, assuming that you don't have one. That's not too bad if you need a consistent sacrifice outlet in this old school time period. Like 43 cents. I mean, it's a gimmicky card, but sometimes gimmicky cards for 43 cents from Tempest that are not on the reserve list are actually still worth something just because they're actually not the worst card ever. So, next, New Capenna, nope. And Guardian Beast from Arabian Nights on the reserve list, pretty powerful card. This card has actually been moving down a lot in the last couple of weeks. Sadly, that doesn't get picked up, so only the up movement does. Starting from 743, sorry, that's the average. So 957 and jumped up to 1,299. I don't know if I trust the average. It always seems to move way more aggressively than just the lowest value. Okay, so moving on to MTG Goldfish. So MTG Goldfish, the biggest gains, Brutal Qatar. Yeah, yeah, it's not too bad. You exile creatures, but it doesn't give you that infinite options to exile. It's only when it flips. Wandering Emperor, 1% gain. Dual Land, 7% gain. Old Knob, Bone, $29, 3% gain. Really, there's nothing too crazy that I can see. Farewell, okay, so Farewell is a really powerful card, and I can imagine that being picking up quite a bit of speed in the next couple of weeks, especially since it is far more powerful than almost every other board wipe that is out there. So 7% gain for Farewell, sitting at $5.48. Big drops, Chandra, dressed to kill, but she was $33.49 and moved aggressively in the last couple of weeks, last couple of days. So she's dropped down by 16%. Paladin class, now $1.50, dropped down by 15%. Most of the other ones, nothing too crazy, 5% drops maximum. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, $4.25, 5% drop. Biggest movers for the week, Chandra Dress to Kill, I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned my weekly movers. 74% gain, so now you have a 16% drop. Wandering Emperor, actually Wandering Emperor is still moving up, but I would be surprised if it stays at this price point. Must be, I mean, it is a very powerful card, and it is probably seeing a lot more play than it should, which probably shouldn't scare anyone yet. They usually only ban cards at the very end of their cycle anyways. And most of the other movements are pretty aggressive, but I am sure I cover them. The biggest drops, Paladin class, Ranger class, Secluded Courtyard, Nashi, Moon Sage Scion, $3.58, nothing crazy for that one. And Hitsugu Consumes All. That's actually a really powerful card, but now sitting at $6.54 and a 12% drop. Moving to Pioneer, Resplendent Angel, $28.48. Oh yeah, of course, all the Angel support that's coming out in New Capenna. New Capenna. 10% gain in one day. Emrakul, The Promised End, a 5% gain, sitting at $55.56. Great Henge, I guess that's just the new doubling season now, $57.77. 2% gain. Hollowed Fountain, why is that so cheap compared to the other dual lands? $12.29, 9% gain. Kobold, 8% gain, $12.43. Golos, obviously 14% gain for the day. Revel and Riches, 5% gain, now sitting at $15.72. There is so much treasure support. Yeah, this card either needs a reprint, or it's just going to get more and more expensive as they just print more and more easy ways to get treasures out. Nix's Bloom and Shark Typhoon, just small gains. Maze's End, a 10% drop. Maybe it had a huge spike, $11.20. Ren and Siri Inseparable, actually a really good card in the new set because of the cat tribal. $33.95, so 3% drop. Actually, there's nothing really that aggressive. You got a 5% drop for Klotz, God of Destiny. A lot of the gods from the new and old Nyx? No. Forgot the set. I forgot the set. I have all the gods, but I forgot the set. From Theros and Theros Beyond Death. So those are dropping. I don't know why, but maybe they're just not very useful anymore in the competitive sense. But personally, I think the gods still sometimes are pretty good just because they can't be destroyed, and they act as enchantments. Weekly changes, Kalitas, Trader of Get, 68% gain. You got some, yeah, look at this, 367% gain for Maze's End in 1 week. So 10% drop is nothing. So Resplendent Angel, 28% gain. Pretty big movers, but I'm pretty sure I would talk about that in the future, or did talk about in the last couple of days. Moving over to Modern. Kozolot, Butcher of Truth, 2% gain. Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth has gone insane. $42.22, 4% gain. Doubling Cube, 8% gain, $22. 10% gain for Leyline of Sanctity. Weathered Wayfarer, 8% gain, $11.83. That's actually a pretty good card. Time Thief for the weekly change, 230%, $16.44. Once again, crazy moves. The biggest drops, Archmage's Charm, $35, 13% drop. That's actually still an expensive card. 3 blue for an instant. Choose target spell. Choose one. Counter target spell. Target player draws 2 cards. Gain control of target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less. Okay. I mean, it just doesn't feel completely busted for it to be $35, but maybe there's something I'm not seeing there. You got a Steam Vents, $27 and a drop of 9%. And most of the other ones, drop of 5% or 4%. Chalice of the Void, Urza's Lord, High Artificer, $74.99, 4% drop. Tarmogoyf is now $50. Potentially a future bottom is coming up. Cyclonic Root, 3% drop. Seachrome Coast, 4%. Wheel of Sun and Moon and Lord of the Undead, between 4 and 5%. And last but not least, just moving over to the white set review for new Capenna. So starting with Angelic Observer, 5 colorless, 1 white for a 3/3 Angel. Advisor: this spell costs 1 less to cast for each citizen you control with flying. Alright, so this is more of a specific citizen-ish deck than anything else. Backup agent, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 1/1 human citizen. When backup agent enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It's a 2/2. It's a bear. Ballroom Brawlers, 3 colorless, 2 white for a 3/5 human warrior. When the Brawlers attack, Brawlers and up to 1 other target creature you control both gain your choice of first strike or lifelink until end of turn. I don't know. That feels powerful, but you had to pick it at the start. I guess it depends on what creature you put it on. Boon of Safety, 1 white for an instant. Put a shield counter on target creature. Scry 1. That is really powerful, isn't it? That feels really powerful. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, but that one feels like a really powerful combat trick. Broker's Initiative, 1 white for a cat citizen, 4 colorless, 1 blue, 1 green. Broker's Initiative has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. For 5 mana, you can turn into a 5/5. I mean, they have to block it if you have the mana up, and then you can play something after that. It's not a bad weird early game blocker, late game. Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the more I like it, especially as a sideboard. If you're playing as an aggressive deck, you put this guy in. If you're playing against a slow deck, you put this guy in. Are they really going to try to spend... Yeah, you can spend 5 mana to pump him up, but it'll still feel bad for them to try to remove this 0 for 1 white if you just tempt them for it. Buy your silence, 4 colorless, 1 white for a sorcery. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a treasure token. What? It does say non-land permanent, but it's a sorcery. They get a treasure token. That just feels really bad, but I guess at the same time, if you're playing this unlimited, it's an exile effect for a non-land permanent. You're going to probably pick those up. Celebrity Fencer, 3 colorless, 1 white for a 3/2 Elf Druid. Alliance, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Celebrity Fencer? Oh my god. Is that that seems really powerful. Now it also seems like a green ability. Citizen Crowbar, 1 colorless, 1 white for equipment. When Citizen Crowbar enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green-white citizen creature token. Then attach Citizen Crowbar to it. Sacrifice creature gets +1/+1. Sorry, equip creature gets +1/+1 and has tap 1 white. Sacrifice Citizen's Crowbar, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Equip 2. It's a one-time use removal for 4 mana that leaves behind a 1/1. I don't know. I feel like it's versatile, but I don't know how powerful that is. Tricky. Dapper's Shieldmate, 3 colors, 1 white for a creature human soldier, 2/2. As long as it's your turn, Dapper's Shieldmate gets +2/+0. Dapper's Shieldmate enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Cool. Depopulate, 2 colors, 2 white for a sorcery. Each player who controls a multicolored creature draws a card, then destroys all creatures. That feels good if you're playing the right deck. Elspeth Resplendent. 3 colorless, 2 white for a legendary planeswalker Elspeth. Choose up to 1 target creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it and a counter from among flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance on it. Feels pretty good. As long as you have a creature, that is. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. Pretty good. Create 5 3/3 white angel creature tokens with flying. It's okay. But the other 2, really good. Extraction Specialist, 2 colors, 1 white for a 3/2 human rogue. With lifelink. Okay, that's actually not that bad. When Extraction Specialist enters the battlefield, return target creature with mana value 2 or less from the battlefield from the graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block as long as you. Oh, that is actually really interesting. So you get to bring a 2/2 from the graveyard to the battlefield, but it pretty much is useless until Extraction Specialist dies. And then I guess they pick up the weapon and try to defend themselves because they like the specialist. Gathering Throng, 2 colorless, 1 white for a 3/1 human citizen. When Gathering Throng enters the battlefield, you may search your library for any number of cards named Gathering Throng, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. That actually feels really good in Limited. Yeah, you can pick up a lot of them. Don't know if it's good anywhere else, but in Limited it's not bad. It's like drawing extra cards. You can draw an extra 3 more cards, 4 more cards. They're all the same card, but why not? Guide Font of Hope, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/2 legendary creature, an angel. Flying Vigilance. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield, additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you control. And tap, add 1 white, spend this mana to only cast angel spells. That's pretty much what I'd include in any angel deck. And it's actually not that bad even as a commander, if you're playing specifically white angels. It will let you ramp them out. I just don't know what your winning strategy is other than just to beat down. Halo Fountain, 2 colorless, 1 white for an artifact. Tap, 1 white. Untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1 green-white citizen creature token. Not bad. Pretty good use of mana. Tap 2 white. Tap and pay 2 white. Untap 2 target creatures you control. Draw a card. Pay 5 white. Untap 5 tapped creatures you control. You win the game. Oh well, I guess that's how you win the game. So you need tokens. This needs tokens to work, and you need to somehow tap them without letting them die. Hold for Ransom, 1 colorless, 1 white for an enchant creature aura. Enchanted creature can't attack or block and has pay 7. Hold for Ransom's controller sacrifices and draws a card. So you pay 2 mana, you disable a creature, but you can still use activated abilities. But if they pay 7 mana, then you get 1 card and you have to let this die. Yeah, that makes sense. For whatever you're capturing is obviously worth the ransom payment, maybe. Illuminator Virtuoso, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 1/1 human rogue double strike. Whenever Illuminator Virtuoso becomes the target of a spell you control, it connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a +1 counter on this creature. Not bad. Not bad at all. Inspiring Overseer, 2 colorless, 1 white for a 2/1 flying Angel Cleric. When Inspiring Overseer enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Pretty good too. Killshot, 2 colorless, 1 white, instant, destroy target attacking creature. Yeah, good and limited. Actually, this is a good card. This is a really good card in an Angel deck. It fits that 3 mana curve out, and it lets you draw a card and you gain 1 life, which can also trigger a lot of things. Knockout Blow, 2 colorless, 1 white for an instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if your target's a red creature. Knockout Blow deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, and you gain 2 life. Limited, I assume. Mage's Attendant, 2 colorless, 1 white for a cat rogue. The Mage's Attendant enters the battlefield. Create a 1/1 blue wizard creature token with pay 1. Sacrifice this creature, counter target non-creature spell unless it's control pay 1. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it'll give people a bit of a, careful. Mysterious Limousine, 3 colors, 2 white for a 4/4 vehicle. Whenever Mysterious Limousine enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until the limousine leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exiled with Mysterious Limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control. Crew 2. It's a blink. It's a blink card. You're going to want to blink. And as far as I can tell, that's pretty much your biggest aim. Patch Up, 2 colorless, 1 white for a sorcery. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cool. Rabble Rousing, 4 colorless, 1 white for an enchantment. Hideaway 5. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creature, create that many 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Then if you control 10 or more creatures, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Feels pretty good too. Jeez, I haven't actually seen a card that I would be like, that's just terrible. Rafine's Guidance, 1 white for an aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. When you cast Rafine's Guidance from the graveyard, you may cast Rafine's Guidance from the graveyard by paying 2 colors, 1 white, rather than paying its mana cost. Wait, what do you mean by that? The mana cost is 1 white. Oh no, you may cast it, so you have to pay 2 colors, 1 white. That's worded weirdly, I think. Maybe it makes more sense, but I'm just not seeing it. Rafine's Informant, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/1 human wizard. When Rafine's Informant enters the battlefield, it connives. Pretty cool. Refuse to Yield, 1 colorless, 1 white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+7 until end of turn, untap it. That's a massive combat trick, assuming that you're going the right way. Revelation of Power, 1 colorless, 1 white. Instant, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it has a counter on it, it also gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. Pretty decent combat trick in the right deck. Rumor Gatherer, 1 colorless, 2 white for Elf Wizard Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1, and if this is the second time this spell ability has resolved this turn, draw a card instead. Sanctuary Warden, 4 colorless, 2 white for an Angel Soldier with flying, 5/5. It enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters on it. When Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from target creature or permanent planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 green white citizen creature token. Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh, this is insane. That is insane. Sky Crier, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 1/1 flying lifelink bird citizen. Pay 3 and 1 white. You and target opponent each draw a card. That's also insane. That feels pretty good in a mono white deck. Sky Easy Server, 4 colors, 1 white for a bird citizen with flying. Speak Easy Server. When Speak Easy Server enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life for each creature you control. That's probably the dud. Swooping Protector, 3 colors, 1 white for a creature bird citizen with flash and flying. When it enters the battlefield, with a shield counter on it. Okay, so it literally just dumps and protects, maybe takes out a creature if it can. Anyways, guys, that is actually longer than I expected. Yeah, let me know how you guys like this new format, if you're happy to listen to a daily market mover. I was doing this in the past, but, things are moving pretty crazy now, and I'm having trouble keeping up with it on the weekly side, so let me know how it goes for your side. Thanks again, and have a good day. See ya.